short little documentary here. We got the story of Cenat, the king of Twitch. This video was by Water Rock Originals. Let's see the story of Cenat and how he became the king and took over king of Twitch and took over and became #1 streamer on Twitch.
Cenat is Twitch's most valued creator, with over
W intro though. W intro.
3 Streamer of the Year awards, and setting the record for most Twitch subscribers at over 306,000. Kai has become the biggest streamer of all time. But
yeah, he recently hit 1 million.
Respect him as their biggest creator
on Twitch.
And honestly, they still don't. Kai's history is the true definition of rags to riches, and in this video, we're going to be breaking down how Kai escaped the unforgiving hands of poverty and rose to be the king of Twitch. If you want to know exactly how Kai accomplished the unthinkable, make sure you watch until the end because you won't believe how Twitch congratulated Kai for literally making history on their platform.
Chapter 1,
as it may
rags
seem,
from the rags.
Wasn't born into a success story. His childhood compared to most other internet success icons actually makes it really hard to believe that the child Cenat is the same Cenat that brought in over $1.5 million in a single month.
300K!
Cenat was born on December 16th, 2001 in the big city of New York, which is where the first of Kai's struggles began.
So 2001, he is 27. Cenat is 27. I don't know if y'all did any research after his subathon, after he reached 1 million subs on Twitch. Dude, 1 million subs on Twitch is $20 million. He's 27 years old. And he made $20 million from his last subathon, which is actually insane. If you think about it, like, that's a lot of money to be made, bro. And he's that young, too?
Unfortunately, Kai and his siblings grew up without a father figure.
That's crazy.
In their youth. His mother had to take care of everything, which made it extremely hard for the family to thrive on just one income. And they were raised in the Bronx, which is a borough in New York northeast of Harlem. And it's known for having an overall negative reputation. The Bronx is known for having above average crime rates, poor housing conditions.
Yo, what up, Eddie? What up, Eddie? How you doing? How you doing?
And a high poverty rate. There are a lot of reasons why this part of New York isn't well taken care of, but for Kai and his family, they made it through with strong faith that their situation would improve at some point. Kai and his family were and still are very religious people. They all grew up in church and stayed faithful to their Christianity the best they could despite the hardships. Kai believed that God was always close by and working behind the scenes to set up a wonderful future for him, even if the timing wasn't what he would expect. Also during this time, Kai
almost at 250 followers. Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats.
One of which was
congrats.
Growing up, Kai made
my edits. Yeah, I'll rate some of your edits after this video.
Narratives these creators would put on whether he was watching a gaming video or vlogs. Some of his favorite creators were the Sidemen, Roman Atwood, and Logan Paul. And when I say Roman Atwood, I mean he really liked Roman Atwood. Most of Roman Atwood's attributes are what grew Kai into who he is today. He always loved him with a smile on his face, which is very important to point out because his childhood wasn't necessarily getting any better.
I haven't seen a Roman Atwood video in a long time. That's crazy, bro.
Still early in his childhood, Kai and his family had gone to live in Georgia, where Kai would spend time growing up in a shelter they were stationed in. And this shelter was no place to live. The place was really only kept habitable for state regulation, but other than that, the whole place was fairly neglected. Kai felt this was rock bottom for his family, with very little hope in sight. But after a while, they decided to move back to the Bronx. Here, Kai would continue his education up through graduating high school and attending Mooresville State College for a short while before dropping out to pursue his content creation career. But when did his content creation actually start?
Did he know this videos?
To master the art
when it started.
You have to be doing it for a
I thought
really long time.
Talk about like when it
one of very few
popped off.
naturally talented people in the streaming community. Kai didn't just start his streaming career by booting up a camera and start streaming until he figured it out. From a very young age, Kai knew he wanted to go into either the professional dance business or the comedy business. But he figured the comedy business was probably the smarter option. He always had a great sense of humor, and he was truly always a joy to have around. With this in mind, his content creation career started in 2015 when he was just 13 years old. Kai had a Facebook account for a little bit at this
That's
point,
young.
His growing passion passion for making
That
people
is a young
laugh,
age.
decided to put his account to good use. He began to upload comedy skits onto Facebook without any worry of it performing poorly or being ridiculed for it. Besides, the only people he expected to see his videos were close family and friends, and he only saw this as something he would do in his free time, so any sort of success his skits would create.
Yo, chat. Should I make like a second Facebook account for content and start posting clips on there too? As well as all the other socials? Or should I just stick with the socials I have right now, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and stuff like that, and Snapchat Spotlight things? Do you think I should start the Facebook thing? Do you think they'll my clips will do pretty well on there? Or do you think I should just stick with the four things I'm already posting clips on? Let me know. Let me know how well you think clips will do on Facebook.
Was just a bonus for him. But surprisingly, his skits actually did really well, and for the next year, he would gain a decent following that would continue.
I'm gonna start doing
supporting him
skits
after
too on my
every
main
video.
channel, bro.
It was around here that Kai would also start experimenting with Instagram, even though he
I got the
initially
tripod
didn't
now.
want
I
to
can
at first.
actually do
He
it,
saw
bro.
the potential to grow his audience, but
Make it look
Instagram
good.
videos are a lot shorter than they are on Facebook, so Kai knew he would have to use a slightly different strategy to grow on the platform. He decided to give it a shot, and to his surprise, he enjoyed it pretty well. Even though his videos on both Facebook and Instagram were only getting view numbers in the hundreds, Kai's core audience could tell that Kai's passion was growing still, despite the numbers not reflecting true success. But that didn't matter to Kai, and he went on to post consistently on both platforms for the next 2 years, improving as he went. By
You need to start being
2018,
consistent, like,
Kai
for
was
real.
asked by all of his fans if Facebook
I do
and
that,
Instagram
I
were
think-
his only plan of action, or if he had
I think
prepared
I'm
to expand
good
his
from
content
there,
to
bro.
other platforms. Kai hadn't
I
really
really
thought
do.
about it much, but his fans started suggesting he start a YouTube channel so even more people could access his content. He didn't originally think it was that big of a deal. It was, after all, just a hobby for him. But after his fans pestered him and getting multiple messages, and this
YouTube
is
era.
when Kai's life starts to change forever. Before he even uploaded that first video, his YouTube channel had over 1,300 eager subscribers waiting to see what he would post.
Oh.
With a clear demand for his YouTube channel, he went on to upload a couple times a week in the first 2 months with highly entertaining videos. His fan base loved this longer form of content, and he started to attract the people of YouTube to his content and started growing fast. By now, Kai had officially graduated high school, and it was time for him to head to college. He decided a dorm room would be more beneficial to him instead of staying home, so he got his friends to be roommates.
This is
with
where
him,
it
and
popped
they
off,
began their
bro.
college life.
With the
In
Ding Dong
college,
Ditch
Kai's
videos.
content started growing like crazy. He came up with some video
I
ideas
kinda
that
wanna-
involved the college atmosphere.
I
so
kinda
his
wanna
fans
do
would
that,
love his
bro.
content as well.
Somewhere.
This is when he would post his famous Ding Dong Ditch series, where he would go up to college dorm rooms and get the reactions of the students he would prank. These were highly entertaining
popped
videos,
off.
and the numbers
It
reflected
was
that.
worth it.
But throughout Kai's content grind in college, an opportunity was slowly making its way toward him that would not only make him a ton of new friends, but also a way to gain more exposure for his content. Stationed in Georgia is a content
Yeah, I
group
got
known as AMP, which is short for Any Means Possible. This content group had been thriving on YouTube for a while, but nothing could have prepared them for the newest member they would bring on. First, Kai met AMP.
I need a
Phantom,
second
and
phone,
they would
dude.
Go on to collaborate and
Once I get a
perform another
second
Ding
phone,
Dong Ditch
I'll-
video on Kai's channel.
Like right
With
now,
Phantom's appearance alone, this
I
video
right
gained
now
a
after
lot more
this
attention than
after this reaction
and with
is over, if I had a second phone, I would merge into IRL. I'm gonna go like maybe to the park and play some basketball for a little bit and stuff like that before coming back and playing some of the games, bro. Because here's the thing: if I merge to IRL now, I have no way to read the chat. Unfortunately, that's what I need a second phone for. Now, if I just spark up an IRL stream on my phone just like right there from the start, that's a different story. Because that chat actually pops up on the screen. But yeah, I can't. I don't have another phone to merge into IRL from desktop to IRL, unfortunately.
Phantom's connection, AMP later reached out to Kai to see if he'd be interested in joining their group. And with Kai already knowing Phantom a good bit, he immediately took the offer and was publicly
Was he
announced
just
in
running
an
from the
AMP
cops?
video on August 18th, 2020.
3v3 for a Lamborghini. So this is when they started doing well then. If they're doing it for a
As Kai
Lamborghini.
was introduced in the video, he immediately took the spotlight, and AMP loved what he brought to the content. but fans initially thought otherwise. A statement from Your Rage, also known as Josh, in a video on Kai's channel which is focused on an event we'll talk later about in the video, said this about the initial welcoming of Kai into AMP on a live stream.
I was like, who the hell is this loud ass? Who is this jit? Who is this random ass nigga? Who is that? Right? Me and Chat's like, who the hell is that? But after like 1 or 2 videos, I was like, yo, Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I like dude. I like his vibe. I like his energy. I like him. He cool. He funny. I kind of like dude. You feel me?
That's what I'm trying to bring to the CEO table, bro, for the videos.
Fans started commenting in support of Kai
for the IRL video. Kind of did well, I think.
As far as to say that he was their new favorite member. Kai ended up finding Josh's reaction of his introduction into AMP from his live stream and decided to reach out to him. After that, they became pretty good friends and stayed in touch ever since. And now that Kai was a part of AMP, he began to work into their content schedule. They would post group videos quite often since each video they made would gain tons of attention. And they kept this consistency for 4 fruitful months. But even though Kai was doing as well as he was on both his content and his collaborations with AMP, he started to feel the pressure of making content. Content creation has been the #1 most desired profession for the new generation of kids for
and it got higher.
But little to none of them
now.
know what content creation
almost everybody
entails.
wants to be a
The
streamer
art
and
of
content
creating
creator now.
on the internet is extremely fun
There's
and
a
friendly
lot
on
of
the surface,
competition.
but the actual process of
A
making
lot.
it is extremely stressful when you put it into practice. Kai found this out shortly after joining AMP. It's extremely hard coming up with content ideas that are either completely new or something that when you perform it, will give a sense of something new enough to where people will enjoy it whether they expect what you're doing or not. Having to do this as a full-time career,
very hard to come
however,
up with
can be
ideas.
mentally draining, which is why most new creators don't stick around for very long. But you can bet your boy ain't going nowhere, so subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see more
Ooh,
future
W
videos.
plugin, W
But
plugin,
since
bro.
Kai was still in college and making all of these videos, it was time for him to make a decision. Either keep going at it and power through the extremely unhealthy sleep schedule, working school and YouTube simultaneously, or give up on one or the other. After some thought, Kai made the polarizing decision to give up on his education and pursue a YouTube career. So he uploaded
Which is the
a
best
video
decision
on
he's ever
January
made.
1st,
I mean, hey, don't
2021,
drop
announcing
out.
that he was
Don't
dropping
drop out.
of college. His fans were
But if you're already
incredibly
doing well
supportive, and
with
some
social
even
media,
expressed relation to his situation. And now that Kai was no
decent
longer in college,
subscribers
he
and
had to
viewers,
move out of his dorm room, which
do
was
it.
fine because only 7 months later he'd be living it up in the AMP house where there was nothing to do but grind out content. As Kai got settled into his new position in AMP, he would explode in popularity. All of the AMP members had insanely good chemistry on camera and fans could see that. However, as 2021 started settling in, everything was going to change for Kai's brand.
Running an online brand?
How's it gonna give me another ad,
Yeah,
bro?
that's a lot.
How is it gonna give me another ad, bro? There is no way.
While Kai was just living a normal day, a conversation started between him and Your Rage again. As they were talking about content, Kai asked him what it was like to stream because he noticed a difference in how content was executed on Twitch instead of YouTube. And since Josh was known for his entertaining streams, he went on to explain to Kai that streaming is more about the community rather than just the content itself. It's a way to connect to your audience on a more personal level since everything is being done in real time. As Kai already had a good relationship with his audience on Facebook and Instagram and a growing relationship on YouTube, he felt connecting with an audience that way would be a fun thing to try out. So later, after the conversation had sat in his mind, he got everything set up for him to try streaming for the first time. By February 1st, 2021, he had his account made and was ready to give it his best shot. And even though it was his first stream, he managed to get a lot of people to tune in. He had already gotten over 1,100 followers before going live, and most of them showed up to see Kai in action.
Which was
He
crazy,
started
dude.
communicating with everyone, and all of his viewers thought he was very entertaining. And word started to spread that Kai had a new Twitch on other platforms as well, which only helped give Kai's channel the attention it needed. If you've ever tried to be a streamer on Twitch, you can definitely relate that Twitch is the worst place to grow your brand. Twitch, like all big content platforms, cherishes viewer
At the
watch
start,
time.
yeah.
The more people watching content on their platform, the better. But unlike all of the content platforms,
But once you
Twitch
get up there,
values their
it's
viewer watch time so much,
so hard, but
they
easy
have
at the same
rigged the
time.
discovery system to where only the best streamers on the platform can be found. This is
Mhm.
because a casual streamer with a very small following is not likely to hook viewers and keep them watching as well as a more established streamer could. Twitch knew this and wanted to mitigate that risk by making sure only the best entertainers would be found so that their viewers could be guaranteed to be entertained.
Which is very messed up, bro.
But that's a video for another day. As for Kai, he had the help of his other platforms to help grow his Twitch channel out of the pit of undiscoverability, and his growth would only continue. By March of 2021, only a month after he started, he would surpass 50,000 followers, and only
a month after Kai started streaming, he was at 50,000 followers. What am I doing wrong? Well, actually, no, I already know. I'm not posting enough. Some days I post a lot, and some days I'm like sitting there, and then as soon as I get ready to go live, I'm like, yo, I didn't post any clips today. And I'm like, dude. So about Kai, thank you for what?
month later in April.
Oh wait, are you talking about the channel point thing? That still needs fixed.
He would surpass
if we were talking about that.
100,000. Kai started to break milestone after milestone, and after he saw this massive potential Twitch had for his brand, he slowed the content on his other platforms to focus more on streaming. This didn't necessarily hurt his fan base because all the fans he gained on YouTube would just migrate over to the YouTube channel he made specifically for stream highlights. And for the next 2 years, Kai would grow beyond what anyone could have ever imagined. He surpassed 1 million followers just...
I want to be having collabs like this too, dude, with like other like celebrities, rappers, streamers, and stuff like that. I want to do stuff like that in the future.
A year into streaming, and each stream was getting better.
This would be super entertaining.
And when the Streaming Awards took place earlier that year, Kai found that he was nominated for Streamer of the Year.
Yeah, that's a dream, dude. I hope I could win that someday. I started watching you, had depression, and when I kept watching you, I felt a little less empty. The more I watched, I just wanted to thank you for helping me get through it. When I watched you, I had a lot of family members gone, so thank you. That's why I do it, bro. That's why I do this. I want to help out as many people as I can. I want to help out as many people as I can. That's one of the main reasons that I do this. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy meeting new people along the journey. And I like helping a lot of people. A lot. I appreciate that, man. That meant a lot to me, man. For real. That actually means a lot to me. That's one of the main reasons why I do this. It's to try to be entertaining and like make people laugh and like help them go through whatever they're going through.
Through 2022, Kai had an idea he wanted to try out that could be the biggest streaming event of the year.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if
Mafia? Oh yeah.
Download Metal, then go to Albums, Clips.
Streaming is all about real-time interaction.
Chat, low key. I want to have something like this, like Kai did. How he has his subathons, he calls it mafia-thons and stuff like that, and he has the goal and stuff. I kind of want to do this, but I don't know what I would call it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like just calling it just like a subathon would be kind of like bland. Like my community is called like Kai's community is called the Kai Mafia, and like I want to have something like Mafia-thon and stuff like that. I kind of want to have like a good name for it. So I don't know a good name, like Turbo Gainathon. That sounds weird. Let me know what y'all think though, what I should call it. That's one of the ideas going on the list.
And crank it to 100. One of these examples was Ludwig. Ludwig decided he would take on the challenge to try and stream to gain subscribers, but with a twist. Every time someone would subscribe, he would have to increase the duration of his stream. But this wasn't uncommon for the Twitch platform. It was called a subathon, where streamers would start their stream for a designated time, but every time someone would sub, they would have to increase how long they were live for. But here's where it was different with other streamers would
that's gonna go to the list.
The subs would add to the stream. The usual people.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me grab a little notepad. I'm gonna write that down on a notepad. Dude, I'm gonna keep this for a memory, bro. One of the staff faculty at Student Services, when I graduated high school, they gave me this. I kind of want to put this like in a frame to keep it as like a memory. Thank you for all of your help this year. Best of luck after high school. Where's my sticky notes at? Right here. I got a pen in here too. No, but I got a Sharpie. Sharpie will work. Let's see. Let me get one of these sticky notes off so I can write the turbophone out. Wait, I'm on. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, I'm on. Both me. All right, there we go. Oh, I wrote it down to remind me for one of the listed items, turbophone. Yeah, I appreciate you for the idea, Eddie.
Would do ranged from 24
Shout out
to
to you.
48 hours. But oh, dear Ludwig, you didn't do that, did you, buddy? Nope, he decided to not put a max time limit, which theoretically meant that if people kept subscribing, he would keep streaming forever. And to make a long story short, he ended up going live for 31 days, and within that, broke the record for most Twitch subscribers, which was originally held by Ninja with 269,000.
Yo, dude, I'm telling you, bro. I am actually, bro. Once I start becoming popular, bro, that is one of my goals to do. Is start breaking records and climbing the leaderboards, bro, of Twitch. That is one of my goals to do. This is about to be crazy, dude. Cause I have so many ideas in my mind right now for when I start becoming like more popular as a popular streamer. I have like a lot of ideas to do, which is like I cannot wait for that either. That is actually about to be insane. I am hyped, bro. I am hyped. I am hyped about that. One day at a time, we're gonna get there. One day at a time.
And Ludwig ended up getting a massive 280,000. But
I mean, it's
this was
already
back in
crazy
March of
where I am right
2020,
now. If the
which was
viewers
just
I'm
over
polling,
a year before Kai had an idea for his streams. Kai saw the success that Ludwig achieved during 31 days of continuous streaming. So obviously, Kai wanted to try that out for himself, but make it 100 times better. Kai wanted to do a 30-day subathon where there was always something happening on stream. Of course, with the occasional time to sleep, but he wanted this subathon jam-packed with content so that you could join at any time, and there would always be something to watch. So Kai started to plan all of this out 6 months in advance, so he had plenty of time to think how he would pull this off. He started by getting a whiteboard, and any sort of crazy idea that would pop into his head, he would write it down. And after he had plenty of ideas, he would section them out into what days they would occur. Once everything was planned out on paper, it was time to
I might do this for mine.
If he had a guest,
I always sit there and wonder, like, how do streamers host subathons? Like, how do they get all their ideas? But hearing this, that just gave me kind of motivation of like how to plan one out. So whatever I think of for a subathon in the future, I'll write it down, and eventually I will do it for a subathon or a turbophone.
Planned on a certain day, he would have to make sure that guest was available. Otherwise, they would have to rewrite the plans. Next were the events. Kai knew at some point during the subathon he
Whoa. What's that?
I just built a budget
L
here
ad,
based
bro.
for the
L
floor.
ad.
Guys.
wanted to go to Universal Studios, so he had to plan out when he would have to fly out and who would come with. On top of everything, he had the idea to film the entire process so he could post it after the subathon was over to see how it all went. All of this took an extremely long time to figure
Wait, what?
out. The subathon was over. Of everything, he had the idea to film the entire process so he could post it after the subathon was over to see how it all went. All of this took an extremely long time to figure out, but thankfully, Kai managed to get everything sorted out in time, and all he had to do now was wait for the subathon to arrive. For just a moment, let's appreciate just how smart Kai really is while you like the video
Anyone
and
heard
subscribe,
equals 10
since I
subs
know
from
you
Kai?
didn't do it the first time I asked you. He wouldn't have been able to plan out something this massive without some IQ in that noggin. And with all of his content changes from the past, he's managed to follow the right path the entire time. He could have easily just stuck with Facebook, for example, since that was what he was used to. But he saw an opportunity to do better and he took it. Not very many people can just drop something and change like that. And now he's made it all the way to streaming and planning this massive event that hundreds of thousands of people would see. Unfortunately, not everything went as planned. And it wasn't the subathon that got messed up or anything.
I remember
It was
that.
the days before the subathon that brought forth an obstacle that would shift the entire event from being a success to a burning dumpster fire. On January 27th, 2023, just 5 days before Kai had planned the subathon to start,
got
the
banned.
unthinkable happened. Cenat was banned on Twitch. And not just a small ban either, it was for 7 days. This would throw everything he had planned into a spiraling hot mess since everything would have had to be rescheduled.
Dude,
As of
that
day,
would
Kai
suck,
was
dude,
back to the drawing board.
because you plan out the whole month of content for streaming every day for the like your subathon, and you get a 7-day ban, so that takes 7 days of content off of that month, and you would have to like reschedule everything within the 7 days to make sure that everything is like available with everyone again, and some people will not be available, which is crazy. That is, dude. If this happens to me before I do my 30-day subathon when I'm popular, like more like kind of like famous, as soon as I open my phone, go to Twitter to see you've been banned for 7 days, I'm sitting in the corner, just sitting there rocking back and forth, crying, cause this would suck. Step 1 is just be sitting in the corner crying. Step 2 is actually trying to reschedule and like figure out about like an unbanning thing.
And he would have to do the subathon another time when everything could be scheduled again. But to his surprise, Twitch actually came through, and after 3 days, 7 minutes, and 31 seconds, Cenat was unbanned and back on schedule. Within the 48 hours Kai had left to prepare, he took it easy and made sure to relax as much as he could so that when it was time for him to turn on the camera, he would go crazy. On February 1st, 2023, just minutes before the camera went on, Kai prayed that everything would go to plan. But little did he know how right things would go.
This was crazy, bro. Ooh.
Throughout the
riches.
30 long and eventful days, Cenat would break not 1, not 2, but 300,000 Twitch subscribers.
Oh.
Absolutely
Why did I say 3
demolishing
records?
the
I mean,
previous record Ludwig
3
had set
records,
by
yeah,
over
in the future.
20,000. And this wasn't just a record-breaking milestone either. It also brought in the biggest check Kai had ever seen. To sub to Kai's Twitch channel, you have to pay $5 for every month you subscribe. So during the subathon, when he hit
300,000 people
subscribers,
paying
that
$5.
theoretically meant that he just brought in $1.5 million. And if that wasn't crazy enough, when the Streaming Awards came back around, Kai was nominated for Streamer of the Year again and won again. After everything Kai had accomplished, Twitch now felt it was time to crown
Just
the
watching
king
this
with
video
a
is making me
special
more hyped
Fans had
about
expected they would
uploading
probably
more
send him something
content.
pretty cool since it was such a big milestone. But as the special package arrived and Kai opened it up on stream, we came to find that it wasn't a plaque or a trophy of some kind. It was a pair of purple shoes with Kai's branding on it with the phrase King of Twitch on the sides. This was extremely underwhelming for a lot of people, and you can tell Kai was somewhat disappointed. But this was still something
That's
that
actually
only Kai
fire.
got to experience, since neither Ninja nor Ludwig, the 2 previous top Twitch streamers, got anything from Twitch. But now, let's take it back to the beginning of the video for a second.
Kai's impact.
Cenat came from the Bronx, a rundown borough in New York. He then moved
Yeah.
into a beat-up shelter in Georgia, living out the worst days of his life, while simultaneously living with his 3 siblings and a mom who was doing everything herself and doing everything she could to keep her children happy. Kai was at the very bottom, with very
I can't
little
wait to have a
focus,
huge impact
but
too on
through
people.
faith, they worked it out,
And then
Kai
so far,
finished his education through high school and
I've
found his
had
passion
an
in
impact
online.
already
He
on
worked
on
day after day to
some
accomplish
people
the goal of making people
of my
smile, and
career of
finally,
streaming,
after 8 long
which is
years,
insane.
he had beat the seemingly impossible. And now in 2024, for the 3rd year in a row, when the Streaming Awards took place earlier this year, Kai was nominated once again for Stream of the Year and won again. This is where most
That's
streamers would say
insane.
they have it all. They would buy their dream house and dream car and
Yep,
cover
I'm getting
themselves in
hyped.
expensive clothing
Jack
and jewelry
Doherty
to express
elbow
how
right
successful
here.
they are. But in
That's
Kai's
insane.
case, it's different. Kai did end up buying a really nice car and has some nice clothes and jewelry. But Kai's background is what sets him apart from other successful streamers. He's been through the ringer more than once. He's been at the bottom of bottoms, so finally having all this extra
Gave some
cash
money
is
away
earned.
and saved
He's
some
gonna
money.
make sure that he's never in
Gave
that
back
situation again.
to
So
more
with that,
people.
he's